Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Summer football highlights are coming up on today's update here from the TV Sports Desk. It was a busy week of All-Star festivities last week. Everything wrapping up with the annual West Nebraska All-Star football and volleyball games here in town on Saturday. We've got the football highlights from Bearcat Stadium. Plenty of adjustments along the way last week. The game moved from 7 to 5 o'clock, and then one last change as it was moved up to an 11 a.m. kickoff in an attempt to beat the possibility of bad weather. Turned out to be a great day of weather for the football game. Plenty of sunshine and temps in the low to mid-70s. Things were tight for the opening 15 minutes of action as there was no scoring in the first quarter. Plenty of points, though, in that second quarter, and the scoring started pretty quickly. North Platte's Brock Robley gave the East the game's first touchdown on a short plunge here as the boys in blue take the early 7-0 lead. Less than 3 minutes later, the East team back inside the West's 5-yard line, and again it was Robley of North Platte, this time a 4-yard touchdown run as the East starting to take control, leading 14-0. East head coach, the former head man from McCook, Jeff Gross, had said he was going to use some trick plays, and this time he goes to the halfback pass here with Gothenburg's Wes Geiken finding a wide open Jace Carpenter from Lexington for the 65-yard connection, and 6 more on the board for the East after the PAT, 21-0. The West reeling a little bit ahead of halftime. Now the West All-Stars would get their first and turned out to be only points of the game just prior to the end of that first half of action. Scottsbluff's Braden Stoll hooking up with Ethan Sim of Perkins County on the 7-yard touchdown pass to give the West a little bit of a boost heading into the locker room at halftime. It was 21-7, East in front. All East again. Then in the second half, late third quarter, Robley does it again. Another short touchdown run of 4 yards, now 28-7. And then in the fourth quarter, one more for good measure as McCook quarterback Adam Duggar found his high school teammate Lucas Gomez-Wilson for a 4-yard scoring strike. That was early in the fourth for the final touchdown of the game. 35-7 the final score. Offensive MVP was McCook's Duggar. He ran for over 100 yards through the 1 touchdown pass, while the defensive MVP was Broken Bow's Connor Wells. Then it was time for some volleyball action at Cougar Palace to close out the weekend. The East winning a true 5-setter over the West. The East MVP was Emily Cornwell of Gothenburg. The West MVP, Sioux County's Tamika Eastman. Another successful summer of West Nebraska All-Star volleyball and football is in the books. We'll get back to Legion baseball coming up tomorrow night with a pair of broadcasts. Gearing coming off the Torrington tournament. They'll host the Buckley Bombers. That'll be a doubleheader tomorrow at Oregon Trail Park. We'll have it with Jeff Kelly on KMOR 93.3. The Wesco Zephyrs tomorrow make their second straight Tuesday trip to Alliance. We'll have that one for you on the trail beginning around 7:15 or so. That is the latest today from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.